Hello, everybody. Nice to see everybody. My name is Laura Beninkowski, and I'm an international astrological life and relationship coach. And I coach in English, Spanish, Finnish, and Italian. I'm not an astrologer, but I know a lot about astrology, and that's why I give these talks. So it's been we've had a break. We've had a break of a month. I was away. I went on holidays. I went to Finland to see my family that I hadn't seen in 2 years, and there's lots of exciting things happening in my life. I'm in a book that's coming out in September. I can give a separate talk about that, but yeah, it's an exciting time in general in my life, and it's an exciting time, astrologically in the cosmos as well. So I'm going to talk about the new moon in Leo and the Lionsgate portal today. All right. So the new moon in Leo. So if you've been looking for a sign of good fortune, or just a nod from the universe that something worthwhile is on the horizon, then you're in luck. Because on July 28th, a positive new moon in Leo blessed us with some fresh, joyful energy, catapulting us into the rest of Leo season and the month of August. So even though the new moon in Leo was on the 28th of July, we can still feel those energies right now, especially because it was a very powerful new moon in Leo. And we're also in Leo season right now. The sun is in Leo as well, and we're headed towards the Lionsgate portal, which is the 8th of August. So it's a very, very powerful time. It's a very fiery, powerful time right now that everybody can tap into. You really use this time. Use this time to get things done. Use this time to get things done in your life. If you've been thinking about doing something and you haven't done it for whatever reason, go for it. Be brave like the lion, right? Like the lion is the animal of Leo, right? So be like a lion. Be like a lion and go after your dreams. Go after your ambitions, and don't be scared. A lion, when it wants something, it just goes for it. It doesn't think about it. It doesn't second guess itself ever. So be like a lion. Now's your chance. If you ever wanted to be a lion, now's the time to be like a lion. So Leo season is one of the 2 times of the year in which the solar masculine and yin energy is at its highest. And as the sun and the moon meet here, we can align our actions to respond to some of our deepest desires. This year, Leo season is set to bring an incredible amount of change. And this new moon can also help us align our lives to the shifts the universe is requesting from us. So on a global scale, there's massive changes happening, which I mean, we can all see. And then also in our individual lives as well, right? This new moon will be quite the fortunate one thanks to Leo's bold and apologetic vibe. It brings a huge dose of can-do energy that we can channel towards projects and activities that can bring us joy. If we have been feeling our energy dispersing in too many directions, this lunation is the perfect time to call back our energy, to focus it on ourselves. The main themes of this new moon are about reconnecting with our confidence. Remember, be confident like a lion. Authenticity, and personal ambitions and goals. New moons are all about fresh starts and are the perfect time to call in new manifestations and desires. Take stock of your wildest wants and dreams and act on them. New moons are always about change and beginnings, but this one is rich with auspicious energy. One of the reasons this new moon is so magical is that it's connecting with Jupiter, the planet of optimism and luck. It will be supercharged and preparing to go retrograde just a few hours after the new moon occurs. So Jupiter is retrograde right now, and it might sound it might sound scary, but it's really not, because when a planet is retrograde, it forces us to go more inside of ourselves, right? So now with Jupiter being retrograde, it's a time for you to go within yourself and ask yourself those big questions of what is it that you really want out of life, and are you doing things to make your dreams and ambitions and goals come true? Are you living your life like in your terms, or are you living your life in the terms of somebody else, society, or your partner, or whoever? So these are some big questions that you can ask yourself now that Jupiter is in retrograde. This can really set our minds to the future, helping us align our goals to the end of 2022 and the beginning of 2023, which is when Jupiter will be direct again. So now in this Jupiter retrograde time is a good time to be asking yourself these big questions. And then once Jupiter is direct again at the beginning of 2023, you'll start getting more clarity, and then it's easier for you to move ahead with whatever it is that you want to create in your life. This new moon is free from challenging aspects, so we can really think big. Remember to think really big right now. All this Leo energy is about thinking big. This connection will heighten the fiery sentiments of the day, but also that it's calling for us to fully embrace our true passions and desires. With Jupiter connecting with the new moon, it will give us a chance to really tap into our hearts and understand the innermost sentiments that we have for ourselves. It's a good day to spend the day of the new moon doing what we love with the people that we love, whatever that means for you. This new moon is also in conjunction with the sun in Leo. As a result, our emotions and feelings will harmonize with our egos. Therefore, we will be able to express our emotions freely and agree to prioritize our needs. During this astrological time, allow yourself to let self-care come first. It's not a selfish thing to do. In fact, we all need to be a bit focused on our own lives a little bit more. Let yourself indulge in a midday nap, or finally take that mental health day off from work. This new moon is an ideal time to reflect on yourself, discover what makes you happy, and then do more of that. Although this new moon is mainly positive, there is a transit to look out for. Mercury, the planet of communication, squaring Uranus, the planet of rebellion, and this means we should be expecting the unexpected. Things may not turn out exactly as planned, but sometimes the most memorable experiences are unplanned and spontaneous. It will be important to be flexible and not set plans in stone, as something may change, or there could be an unexpected opportunity you could take advantage of. Going with the flow is often a good idea, but this week it'll be more important than ever. Loosen up a bit. You never know where life may take you. So be prepared for surprises now as well. It's a fiery time that can be full of surprises. If there was ever a time to make the most of a lunar event, it's now. Do what you can to act on your dreams, recharge your confidence levels, and go after what you want. Then you'll be able to reap the benefits for the rest of the summer. Now I'm going to talk about the Lionsgate Portal, which is happening on the 8th of August. 8/8, which is a very, very powerful day. It's a very powerful number. 8 is the number of infinity. It's the number of abundance. It's the number of limitless potential. So it's very, very powerful. We are standing on the cusp of great change. You may say that this has been so for many years, and indeed you would be right, as the path of transformation and ascension has unfolded before you. It is a time when we are releasing the last vestiges of the old and fully activating the soul embodiment process, which is the primary aim of the ascension process. As this completes, you become embodied light, embodied spirit, fearlessly living out the path of creative love that is your destiny when you choose to incarnate in physical form. The Lionsgate is a very special time in the sacred year. It is the moment when the new cycle of time creation begins, and we are able to end and initiate timelines, or time cycles, as we prefer to call them. The sacred year began on the 26th of July with the planetary new year and is preceded by the celebratory day out of time on the 25th of July. On the 25th, our ancient ancestors knew to celebrate the passing over from the old cycle to the new, with creative joy and festival. On the 26th, the new cycle was initiated. 26th of July was celebrated by the Mayans and the ancient Egyptians as the moment when time-space was renewed for another cycle by the divine creative intelligence. This was also the time when the royal star Sirius was and is conjunct our sun, and rises in conjunction at sunrise in the northern hemisphere, and specifically over Egypt at the time of the rising of the Nile River, which represented the return of abundance to the land and the people for another cycle of life. The Lionsgate Portal is very connected to Egypt, to ancient Egypt, so you can tap into those magical energies as well. Okay, now I'm going to talk about how the new moon in Leo is going to affect all the signs. So the new moon in Leo for Aries. For the love of the sun, do not undermine your ability to be creative. My dear Aries, you're naturally creative and people can easily recognize your talents. The key for you bringing your next best piece into the world is to not think about it. Release the outcome, let go of how you're going to create your dreams, and just do it. Taurus. You may not realize it, but there's a lot to be proud of in terms of your personal life. If you've committed to decorating your home or working with your family, this new moon is the time to be proud. Grateful displays of appreciation on your Instagram story or a thoughtful text can help you recognize that greatness that surrounds you. Gemini. As the stereotype goes, you have the gift of the gab. If you are unable to see all that you do well, just trust the unknown. Chances are your vocabulary and method of self-communication has grown and expanded. You can be your own worst critic, and you'll find that when you big yourself up, everything else will fall in line. Confident language is a game changer. Cancer. All that you have worked for is worth celebrating. What have you developed or attained over the past year, Cancer? Have you taken the time to appreciate it? Brag about it? Of course, humility is a key to a peaceful life, but it is important to let the world know what you've worked for. Leo. Okay, Leo, it's your season, and you can cry if you want to. Hopefully you're releasing tears of joy for how far you've come. You might have dealt with a lot of hardship as it pertains to your relationships. Thankfully, the glow up after the downfall is undoubtedly spectacular. Enjoy fun under the sun, and don't forget to protect yourself. Virgo. Your intuition has only developed and become stronger. Congratulations, Virgo. You're beginning to listen closer and pick up on what people are communicating. In the past, you may have had trouble feeling centered in your beliefs, but that is changing. Continue to trust yourself and you will naturally attract what it is that you need. Libra. Your wishes are coming into fruition thanks to those around you. Now is the opportune time to share your dreams within reason. Show that you are in a state of willingness to be vulnerable and let people know that your desires matter. There are people who will buy into your dream. Are you ready for an investor? Scorpio. My love, you are absolutely shining. Please do not hide in the shadows. Scorpio, this is a great time for you. Summer always looks good on you and people tend to take notice. There are new career opportunities opening themselves up for you. Are you going to walk through the portal? There's no room for insecurity where you're going. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this new moon is great news for you. This is a wonderful time for learning and sharing your expertise. Sometimes you may struggle with the frustration of people not being able to identify your genius. Luckily, this new moon is bringing you bountiful opportunities to show off your expertise. Listen first, process second, and then respond. Capricorn. Capricorn, are you ready to open your heart? I know vulnerability, softness, sharing are not your strongest attributes. Thankfully for you, this is a particularly lucky time to share yourself with others. This new moon is likely to bring interesting people your way, as well as people who want to see you. There's something significant about how you share yourself, so make sure you recognize your value. Aquarius. Aquarius, are you too cool for a love affair? It's funny how your kind tends to romanticize love, then back away when it comes to find you. It looks like someone is catching your fancy, a luminous person. Make sure that you are willing to let yourself pursued if they match your interest. Pisces. This new moon will come with plenty of positive energy surrounding your health and routine. If you've been going through some changes recently, people are noticing, and it's likely you'll pick up admirers. Don't worry. If you would rather not have the attention, you're allowed to express your boundaries. So thank you. May this new moon in Leo and the Lionsgate Portal give you an extra impulse to go after your dreams and visions. I offer coaching sessions in English, Spanish, Finnish, and Italian. You can get in touch with me if you'd like a session. My email is lauracoaching@gmail.com, and my website is laurarinenkoski.com. And my Wake Up to Your True Potential YouTube series, the link is there. So please subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends, and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. So I'll stop sharing and stop the recording.